All right, settle down out there. We have a new Precon. Settle down, I said. Quit trying to jump up on my lap. I've only got room for one person at a time and your mom's already there. Just kidding, dude. Everybody calm down out there. Now, I will say this Precon looks okay. Lots of decent reprints that I'm always glad to see. Some sweet new commanders and 37 lands, which actually makes sense. They usually pack these decks with too many lands, dude, and I take those lands and I make a stew out of them. And I'm going to share the recipe with you. But first, subscribe to the channel, brother. This channel has it all. Yeah, magic cards, huge muscles, yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, and thanks to the patrons, the cream will rise. And these are the creamy boys out there. Let's take a look at the face commander here. Shiko and Narset unified. 1 blue, red and white, legendary creature, human spirit dragon. It's a 4/4 with flying and vigilance. Has flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy that spell if it targets a permanent or player. And you may choose new targets for the copy. If you don't copy a spell this way, draw a card. For peace, lead by example. Bros, Narset has finally settled down. Finally found someone to share her life with, and it's that big dragon back there. That's the dude she was cheating on me with this whole time? He's huge, brother. Well, time to start injecting myself with dragon juice again. Alright, listen, I want to rap about this card for a second. So we do have some things that target on the stack and have to target permanents or players. We have Removal, Pongify, which is in the deck, Reality Shift, which is not in the deck. You know, it's just got to have a target. It's got to target a permanent or player. Aura's target on the stack. This would be a decent Aura commander for sure. Auras are great. I'm a huge fan of Auras, man, and this wouldn't be a terrible idea for a deck. There are a couple in here. As discussed, instants and sorceries. Ancestral Vision is in there. Target player draws 3 cards. This is very cute, as it does target a player. Mostly you're going to target yourself, of course, which is okay. If that's the second spell you cast during your turn, you're good to go, buddy. You're going to draw 6 cards. Pretty fantastic. Honestly, if I was upgrading this, I would do a hard target search for cards that target permanents or players. Get rid of cards that don't. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will note here that most creatures don't target on the stack, except for mutate creatures, brother. If the second spell you cast was a mutated Sea Dasher Octopus, and you had 2 non-human creatures to mutate onto, copy that octopus, man. Stick a damn Vadrock in there. Just put 1 over and 1 under each of the mutate targets. Vadrock has flying and first strike. Whenever this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. That's solid value right there, dude. 4 mana mutate cost. People hate mutate. I dig it. Though since this commander is human, you may want to stick to some removal staples. Maybe not delve too deep into mutate. Probably won't have as many targets. We also have a new Elsha coming out of the woodwork here. She's the 3-fold master. Blue, red, and white, legendary creature, Jin Monk to 1/1 with trample and prowess. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. Get those pink energy hands going, brother. Got that Qui-Gon Chi energy. This is dope. Imagine some infinite Hullbreaker horror loop. You're casting some cost reducer and some Sensei's Divining Top loop out there. Make this arbitrarily huge. Smack somebody out. Get a bunch of monks. Or you cast a Chandra's Ignition. It's game over, man. Game over, buddy. It's a powerful card that needs lots of setup. Now, of course, we have some reprints of note here. We have the Archmage Emeritus, which has Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. Very simple, effective, and expensive card at $4 and change. Glad this is getting a reprint. And it's a signpost card for what you should be doing with this deck, paying off instants and sorceries. Oh yeah, take a look at this guy, Lightyear, Disciple of the Drowned. 3 blue, legendary creature, human wizard. It's a 3/4. Spells can't be countered. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost. Beneath the waves, lost gods stir in their slumber. That's Cthulhu Fatagan, brother. That's Lovecraftian. I dig this guy. Very powerful card. Rules out the counterspell avenue, but I don't think there are too many of those in this deck anyway. Monastery Mentor, 2 and a white creature human monk. It's a 2/2 with prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. 1 path, many feet. Sounds like it stinks, dude. It's a stinky path. Another sweet $4 reprint. Recently was reprinted in March of the Machine as well. One of the best reprints in this deck is Veyran Voice of Duality. This guy had another reprint relatively recently. It shot right back up in price, man. This card's fantastic. 1 blue and a red, legendary creature, a freak wizard. It's a 2/2, has Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Veyran gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And if you casting or copying an instant or sorcery spell causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time, brother. Jesus, man, this is a sweet card. $7. It's another signpost. Instants and sorceries, right? That's where it's at. And this is a diesel card. Getting Narset and her dragon husband a double trigger, that's bonkers, dude. Mana Geyser at $4. Insane card. Add red for each tapped land your opponents control. This was due for a nice reprint, man. This card had gotten up there in price. We also have Narset's Reversal. 2 blue mana instant. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, then return it to its owner's hand. It's not countered. You just take it right off the stack, dude. You may choose new targets for the copy. This is from her younger days when she would be the victim of sexual harassment. She would reverse it and harass the harasser. It's a great way to go, dude. This card was $7. Really sweet to include. This does not target a permanent or player though, and I think it's here for the flavor. But I like the flavor, dude. I like the flavor of this like I like the flavored dust on a hot Cheeto. I condone it. Now I do want to note one more card, Rider Replication, gets a sweet reprint, man. I love that card so much, dude. That's a win condition in so many decks. Now imagine paying 9 mana and copying that if it was the second spell you cast. In any case, man, let's get to some new cards. Let's see if they're worth a damn, dude. Are these new cards any good? Well, let's take a look, man. Transcendent Dragon, 4/3 flash and flying for 6 mana. When this creature enters, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Very interesting. This is a lot of mana to hold up, dude. But, you know, holding up mana is what we do in these types of decks. If we're going to be concentrating on instants and sorceries. Taking that haymaker your opponent just cast is really nuts, man. This is pretty good. Voracious Bibliophile, dude. That's like a hungry eater of books. That's what that means in Latin, brother. I don't want to brag, but, you know, my vocabulary is okay. 3/3 for 4 mana, flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell with one or more targets, draw a card. Tailor-made for Narset and Fabio, her dragon boyfriend. Take a look at this guy, Caldera Pyramaw. 3/3 for 5 mana, flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this idiot, then it deals damage equal to its power to target opponent. Not bad, man. That's beefy, especially if you're planning on double, triple spelling, storming off, dude, you're gonna do that. But you know, this is a cast trigger. Alright, so remember that. It's not cast or copy. Tempest Technique. This is an aura with Storm that boosts for each enchantment you control. So basically it gives +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. It's pretty sweet, man. There are only 6 or so enchantments in this deck right out of the box. Way better in an enchantment-centered deck, though it does bring copies of itself. Kind of an interesting card. You know, I love how Rosewater says, we're never bringing back Storm, and then he brings it back every damn set. And that's it of note. Seems like a Spellslinger deck, and honestly, this is pretty well built. I wouldn't change a thing, man, but I would buy singles of the commanders, just build a budget deck around them if I had the money. I'm broke right now, though. Too many electronics. But guess what, dude? If I was going to upgrade it, I would slap in some Spellslinger payoffs, some enablers, Archmage of Runes. This guy's 5 mana, it's a big old giant 3/6. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card. This guy's a big beefy monster, but I think he's worth it for those abilities. You also have Stormcatch Mentor. He's got haste, prowess, instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. He's a great little fella. He's just a little guy like old Nicky G. We also have the Wizards of Thay, maybe. Those guys are cool, alright? They roll deep with the Mirian out there. And as far as spells go, Boros Charm is great, Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Generous Gift. These are all great to copy, versatile, and effective. How about this little gem? Abeyance. 1 and a white for an instant. Until end of turn, target player can't cast instant or sorcery spells. That player can't activate abilities that are mana abilities. Draw a card. 2 mana if you're copying this thing, draw 2 cards, screw over 2 people. There are a few cards that target to draw cards that are also pretty fantastic. Speaking of which, we got these damn cards out there. I mean, say Stroke of Genius, right? Target player draws X cards. You have very similar card, Blue Sun Zenith. Those are all fantastic. Probably want to refill your hand. And you're just doing it, you're going to copy that thing, do it twice, brother. It is kind of weird. I just did a deck around casting your second spell each turn, and looking at this deck list, it's solidly constructed. It's not bad. You know, I'm not doing a commercial for Wizards of the Coast here, but this is a decent deck to get to upgrade if you're getting into Commander, which is kind of the purpose of these decks to begin with. I don't know, man. I think it's fine. Just keep it as it is. Get into bracket 2 shenanigans with your bros out there. Keep your eyes out for Jeskai as well, reprints and stuff like that. You know what? Put it in a sock. Smash your friend in the nuts with it, brother. I don't care. But those are my first impressions. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off.